Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Serfati de Marcus and I have created this animation to explain in a simple and easy way the addition and subtraction of fractions with different denominators. The process is quite simple and will help us to use it later in the addition or subtraction of rational expressions. This is an example of three fractions with three different denominators, 2, 3, and 5, all prime numbers in this example. I will illustrate how to combine these three fractions into one by using a four-step process. Step 1. The first step represents the recognition of the least common denominator of the three fractions. Why? Because it's very easy to add or subtract if they have the same denominators. Therefore, if I could manipulate each fraction in order to have the same denominator in each one of them, then the process of addition would be very direct and easy. But how can I get the same denominators? The answer is the least common denominator, LCD. In this example, for our three different denominators, 2, 3, and 5, the LCD is the product of these three factors, 30. So if every fraction has to get a denominator of 30, then I will need to multiply each number in the denominator with those two other factors in order to get a 30. For example, the denominator 5 needs to be multiplied by 2 and 3 to get 30. But how can I do this without changing my fractions? The answer is by using a form of 1. That takes us to step number 2. The important thing to remember at this point is that a number multiplied by 1 is equal to the same number. That is, anything multiplied by 1 is equal to anything. We will take advantage of this property of the real numbers to manipulate the fractions of our example. That is, if we multiply by 1 any fraction, nothing will happen and my fractions will remain the same. Squares here indicate the locations where each fraction will be multiplied by 1, or better, a form of 1. Recall that a form of 1 is any fraction whose numerator is equal to its denominator. For example, a form of 1 can be 3 over 3, 5 over 5, 2 over 2. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to observe the forms of 1 used in this example. Observe that the product of the factors in the denominators are equal to 30. That is the least common denominator. Now, all of our three fractions have the same denominator, which make it very easy to combine them into one fraction, whose denominator is the LCD. That takes us to step 3. In step 3, we combine our three fractions into a single fraction whose denominator is equal to the LCD. And the numerator will be all of the numerators, including the pluses and the minus operations between them. This big numerator is represented here by this big cloud landing on the top of the fraction. And that takes us to step 4, which is that of simplification. First, we will finish the operations pending on the big numerator. And we will continue to simplify the numerator. In this way, we arrive to the given fraction 13 divided by 30 in this example. This fraction cannot be simplified further, but if possible, that simplification must be done and will be part of the last step of this process. I hope that this animation have helped you to realize that the rules of combination of fractions are actually very simple and are the same independent of the number of fractions or its complexity or its simplicity of the fraction givens. That is, those simple 4 steps applies to the addition and subtraction of fractional expressions as shown in another video. Thanks for watching.